What is happening, guys? Cowboy here, and welcome back to the Dark Souls Remastered walkthrough. So right now we're in the Undead Burg. For those curious, we came via the sewer from Firelink Shrine. Go ahead and kill this dude. If you're just arriving here, there's two hollows that we would have killed already, of course. But anyway, we're going to kill that guy. Then we're going to go in here and kill this guy. Go over here and you can see a bunch of barrels, and this is a pretty common theme in Dark Souls. You break stuff and there's items hidden behind it. So go on, drop down and get the large soul of the undead, and then drop down, and this is actually going to be one of your very first ambushes that you'll encounter. Now, ambushes are fairly frequent in the Souls franchise, but one of the main reasons that having a shield is so useful as you play through this game. Go this way to kill these additional baddies. This is what the game hopes that you'll do, is you drop down, you see this guy, you run on over, and then those other two box you in this tight little corridor. Anyway, go ahead and kill them on this way. You can see right there. If you're aware of them, you can actually kill them in advance before their ambush really goes anywhere. Grab the rubbish. Here's that item that we saw earlier. We'll get that item a little bit later. Don't worry about that for now. The humanity. And ta-da, we're back where we started. Alright. So, now we are going to go through the fog. Dragon's going to show up in a second. You can just ignore him for now. Looks spoopy, but he ain't going to do anything. So there's this annoying archer here. Just keep circling around. If you're actually having trouble, you can run straight past these guys to kill the archer, but this early in the game it shouldn't be too bad. Can't you life? I'm gonna go right over here to grab our first bonfire. Now, if you're doing good on Estus, light the bonfire, but do not rest at it just yet. By resting at the bonfire, we are going to respawn all the enemies in this area. I mean, given it's not that many to have to go back and kill, it's still a bit of a hassle. Now we're going to go this way to take these dudes out. Now the shield guys, if you go forward in R1, you can kick to break their guard. Otherwise, you can circle around and backstab. Break these boxes, roll down the stairs. Over here for the Undead Merchant. Now, if you are doing a dex build, you can kill this guy and get the Uchigatana, which is probably the best dex weapon you can get for quite a while. So it is worth noting. Otherwise, there's a couple different things we're going to have to pick up. Namely, we need to get the residence key, so we're going to go ahead and buy that now. In addition to that, we're going to want to get some arrows. Standard arrows are fine. 31 should be enough. Actually, no, I'm going to use a soul item real fast. I want to have closer to 50 for what we're going to need those for. Later on, we're going to be fighting that dragon and getting a weapon off of it, but to get that weapon, we're going to be shooting the tail off the dragon, so we're going to want around 50 arrows, just for good measure. 50 standard arrows should be plenty. If you kill him, you can get the Uchigatana, and you can get the key that we bought for 1,000 souls. However, he will disappear as a merchant. Now, it's not necessarily important to keep him alive, but he does sell some useful stuff, so I prefer to keep him alive. Orange Guidance Soapstone is here as well. This is what lets you write messages. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Dried Finger you can pick up now as well. If you want to have an invasion-filled playthrough, this makes you more likely to get invaded. He also sells throwing knives, fire bombs, etc. If you want to stash stuff, the bottomless box you also pick up here. Without this, you cannot stash anything. Now, it's not necessarily an issue. The item that you have on you, if I like go through, you can see I have all these weapons. These don't add to my weight. Your weight is only calculated by what you're wearing. But if you tend to get a little OCD about carrying a bunch of stuff and you want to drop it off, you will need to get that bottomless box. But for now, at least, we got the key. That was the main thing. So go on and get that. You can see there's a sneaky boy hiding back here. Thinks he's so sneaky. As you'll notice right there, even guys that don't have shields, you can kick them and you'll still get that knockback effect. It works both ways. Here, on down, see all these fun-filled hollows. This is why shields are so incredibly powerful. You can just block and whack, and it really does almost trivialize the game. While we're on the note of a ladder, while pressing nothing, if you press circle or B, you can slide down the ladder. Don't hold up or down, just hit that button. There is no fast climb up the ladder, unfortunately. We're going to kill these dudes, take the path up here to get these throwing knives. Then we're going to jump across this gap. So, hold and run. And we're going to grab that shiny that we saw earlier but could not reach. There we go, the light crossbow along with the bolts. Actually, you know what? I'm wondering if I did miss an item. Hang on a second here. I think I may have skipped a line in my notes. Quick run here. This is so unprofessional. I feel terrible. Nothing's respawned yet, so it doesn't really matter that much. Yes, you. We missed you. Say it's just a soul item, but we'll go ahead and grab that real fast. Oh no, I'm supposed to jump across to get that son of a bitch. Oh, no I'm not. I'm supposed to go through here. Sneaky soul items. Alright. Now, back onto the subject at hand, continuing through the Burg, now that we got that little soul item. Though I will bet somebody will comment that I forgot to make that turn. Should probably just pause and read my notes more carefully. Like I just did all of this, so it's also all very fresh in my memory. Let me grab that. And then now we're actually going to continue forward. So, now that we have the residence key... Actually, no, we don't need the residence key for that. Never mind. Go here, grab the wooden shield. Residence key is the next door we find. Now's not a bad time to rest. You can also go ahead and use up most of those soul items we picked up just to get a couple more levels here. For the time being, I'd suggest leveling vitality. Can't go wrong with health. The archer and this guy may be a bit of a pain, so just beat him real fast. Mother... Shit. And we're going to proceed forward. So in this next room, there's going to be a couple of different guys we're going to fight. 2 axe guys, a shield guy. Easiest thing to do is just going to be to circle around them and get backstabs. As you can see, when you're in that backstab animation, You're invulnerable to damage, so being surrounded isn't really a concern. Alright, now this is going to be a shortcut. We're going to open that up a little bit later on. For now, don't worry about it. Go here and then into the right. Kill this guy. Go into the bedroom. Oh, we got this dude still. This is the no, this is the bedroom. Okay. And here are our black fire bombs. Oh, over here, go ahead and put a couple things on. Humanities, always good. Homeward bones. And our fire bombs. Right, so we had some guys up top throwing stuff at us earlier. Don't worry about them for now. They won't come all the way over here, so you can focus on these dudes first. Then we'll take care of the firebomb crew. And you notice what I'm doing here is as I come out of my backstab animation, I'm just quickly pressing L1 to get my guard back up. That is making it so that I can very easily just transition from a backstab straight into a block. Really, really easy way to avoid damage. Didn't fall. Soul item. Right, and here is the residence. So, the whole reason we just spent 1,000 souls to get the residence key was to open this bad boy. That is so we can gain access to 3 gold pine resin. A gold pine resin is used to buff your weapon. There are a bunch of different resins, but gold pine in particular adds lightning damage, which is actually pretty damn potent. So there's an archer up in a nearby tower, but we're going to go ahead and try to kill these guys first. Same strats. Obviously, keep an eye on your stamina. You don't want to be completely drained of your stamina and then unable to block. And we'll go up and kill this guy. And you can kill this guy earlier if you want, but I find it not a threat until now, so. Alright, now we are going to fight our first Black Knight. Now this is something that I very much feel I need to recommend that you do this at your own risk. The Black Knight can be quite deadly. This early on, your best bet is going to be a parry or a backstab of him. He is guarding a blue tier stone ring, which you can get by just kind of running past him and doing a bit of rolling. However, if you're feeling ballsy, feel free to take him off. And to be honest, with the Knight Shield, the 100% physical resist, it's not that bad. You know, you can see how I'm just circling around, waiting till he does his 3 attacks, and then going for the backstab. Additionally, one of the things you'll notice that I'm doing is in between blocks, I'm letting go of L1 to regenerate some stamina, whereas if I just hold it, you'll see my stamina regenerates quite a bit slower. So basically just block when the attack is about to income, or come in. The attack incomes. And especially this early on, it'll take a while. Like, you're going to be backstabbing this guy quite a few times. If you can parry, you can do the same thing, but parrying actually does the same amount of damage as a backstab. Either way, the point is, it's going to take a couple hits to take this guy down. But the real reason to kill this guy early on is a chance at his sword. Now, in general, if you have more humanity, you have a higher item discovery modifier. It caps out at 10 humanity, so if your character is human and you have 10 humanity, you have like your highest base item discovery. Now this can be amplified even further with items. However, in general, that's something that we're going to want to achieve relatively early in the game, just to increase loot drops. And holy shit, he dropped the Black Knight Shield. Wow. A Black Knight Shield this early. Black Knight Shield is stupendous. 100% physical, 95 against fire, and more importantly, stability at 62, which is, I believe, it's the highest stability of all of the medium-class shields in the game. I may be wrong on that. If it's not the highest, I know it's damn well close to it, so fantastic. Drop this early on. Go on and boost that up. All that ring does is it'll boost your defense when you get low, which isn't a major concern, but, you know, it's worth getting. Anyway, so there's going to be a trap right here. You can see our hollow friend run up to this crack, turn around. The first time I played Dark Souls, that made me rage so hard. I was just blindly running through, and I got hit by that barrel and it killed me, and I was like, fuck this fucking game! I was so angry. Alright, so we're going to have a lizard up ahead. Basically, as soon as we get up these stairs, there's going to be a lizard. Right inside that chest. Nope. Not here. This is a good time to trick. Let's see if they change this with the remaster. So we're going to go to Quick Game. Anytime you miss a lizard, this is typically how you get them to respawn. You reload the world state, a lizard will usually reappear. And the Titanite lizards are good because they drop rare materials. Obviously we're playing in offline mode. As of now, this game is not actually out. A little bit of that early recording. And he did not respawn, you little bastard. Well, anyway, there is usually a lizard right in that chest. We don't need what he drops right now, so we can go ahead and just kill him later. But go this way, and it's time for our next boss, the Taurus Demon. So, after the fog, turn around, climb up the ladder, and we're going to kill some archers. There's a couple different ways to kill this guy. You can hit him with fire bombs. There's actually a cheese strat where you can make him jump off the bridge and kill himself. However, I find that the most consistent way to kill him is going to be plunging attacks. We lure him over here, we plunge, we boop him in his head. In particular, if you really want to ensure that he's going to go down, we have that gold pine resin that we just picked up. Adding that onto your weapon will make this insanely fast. You're going to look at 2 to 3 plunges until this boss is dead. So, go ahead and put that on now. Get him to spawn in. There he is. And now just go this way. I'm gonna come over here and patiently wait for us. See just how much damage I did with that plunge attack. If you're fast enough, you can just start climbing up the ladder again before he can even hit you. Now, he can actually jump up here, so don't think that you can just run up top and basically like stay up top and avoid him. Eventually he'll get pissed off and jump up after you. But as you can see, 2 plunge attacks, 2 whacks, didn't even get hit. Taurus Demon instead. Easy peasy, right? So, move on forward, and the boxes ahead are going to have a soul item. Past all this stuff. Feel free to roll through it if you want, but this is the one we really want to go through. Large soul, lost undead. Go down the stairs. Then we reach godlike figure in the Souls community.
Hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astoria, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Yes.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Yes.
It pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind. Oh, at the sun, if only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Best quote in the game. Anyway, now that we've done talking to Solaire, we now have our summon sign, and I just realized I forgot to get you guys to buy the bow earlier. So we're going to go back and do that, but we're actually going to make a quick sprint right here. Now, a dragon is going to show up. We are going to run very fast. Go on, top off. Start running. Just run. And run. And run. And ignore the hollow. And, oh, it hit us. But that's okay. Down the stairs. Kick down the ladder. And here we are, back at the bonfire from before. So, real fast, while everything is still dead, well, mostly everything is still dead, we're going to go to the Undead Merchant and buy the bow. And we could use the crossbow, but the bow is significantly easier to do this with.
Oh, it never hurts to speak.
Short bow, thank you.
Thank you.
Probably easier to buy this now, because you'll have more souls after just defeating the Taurus demon. That way you're not completely broke. And now that we're at the fire, we're going to go ahead and use all those soul items we've picked up until now. Got 2 left, looks like. At this point, I'm going to get endurance up a little bit and then get vitality up a little bit. And right now, I'm really just going to focus on those 2 stats for the time being. Those are the primary ones I want. Now, let's see, how are we at on time? 20 minutes? Alright, I think we can do this before... Yeah, we can go ahead and do this now real fast. And then that way, next episode will be focused purely on the Undead Parish. So, we're going to go ahead and do a bit of cheesing right now. Now that we got the bow and arrows. Remember our buddy the dragon. And what we can do, see his tail right there, we are able to shoot the tail. You can hit L1 to spawn in. Takes a little bit of practice. Oh, that's where I want to be, get it right here. The last time I did it, it took 19 arrows. This is obviously going to depend on your scaling, as well as a couple other things. Up a little bit, as well as your accuracy. But I find that 50 arrows is good to take. You know, it doubles your amount of arrows. Ah. Oh, that's where I wanted to. Okay, that's my spot to aim. That's right. I was trying to remember. I got down a trick the last time I did this where I was able to get right here. what I'm doing is I'm putting the X basically on that like broken tower, and that works really well to hit it, just to speed up the process a little bit. Oh, too fast. Like how after I'm showing the trick I mess it up. And if this seems tedious, it's because it is. But trust me when I say this is worth it, because the weapon that we are going to get from doing this will be very, very helpful to you this early in the game. There. Shouldn't take many more. Oh. Oh god, no, what am I doing? This is exactly why I suggest you bring 50 arrows, because if you miss a shot, it's okay. And now we have the Drake sword. Wow. Okay, that is new. I've never actually seen him die from that, which I think that's a bug. In all the times I have played Dark Souls, I've never seen the dragon die from you shooting off his tail. And that's a fat stack of 10,000 souls we just got, which is awesome. Okay, I'm a little taken aback by that, to be honest. Like, that's... Like, on one hand, I'm like, maybe I should throw these souls out because it's like an unfair advantage. And on the other, I'm like, dragon just pooped out 10,000 souls for me this early in the game. I'm taking them. Well, anyway, typically, the dragon does not die when you shoot off his tail. Maybe that's something they changed with the remaster. But what we need to do afterwards is run up ahead and get to that bonfire. These enemies would not be a problem. The dragon would have torched them already. Stop that, you dick. I'm gonna backstab them, grab these items, and then I will go through the strategy that we use. Get past the dragon. Were he alive? Which he should be. I don't know why he died right there. And this is actually where we're gonna get our claymore as well. And that soul item. Now, if the dragon is still alive, like I said, I don't know why he just died from me shooting his tail. But when you run up, he will basically sit up there and breathe fire. And if you hang out either on the right alcove or the left alcove, he should eventually come down and try and fight you. And what you want to do is, while you're hiding here, as soon as he gets up to move, you sprint. Sprint as fast as you can. You grab the item, and then you run and run and run until you reach the bonfire. Now you're at the Undead Parish. So anyway, we are going to wrap this episode up here for now. The Undead Parish will be the next part. So make sure to stay tuned, and we will catch you guys with that as we continue on the walkthrough of Dark Souls Remastered.